Good morning. Happy coffee talk. It's Tuesday, I think. Guys, all of a sudden the temperature has shifted in Washington. Like it's fall. So this morning it's 48. It's 48, but it'll probably still be really nice today. Like I think it's supposed to be high of 80. So this is kind of one of my favorite seasons because you go to sleep and it gets all cold in your house and you can like wrap up in a blanket and everything is so cozy, but then you wake up in the morning and it's nice and like crisp, and then by later in the day it's warm and awesome. So anyways, weather report from Washington State. My coffee this morning, again, almost like the weather report. This is in the Be the Change mug. It's got black butterflies on it and moths. I love this mug. One, these look a lot like the tattoos on my arm, but two, it was given to me from one of our Fitme clients, Kathy, when she was completing her sprint triathlon, which she had never done anything like a sprint triathlon before when she trained for it and chose it as a big summer goal. But she accomplished it that day. And somehow she gave me a present, which I don't remember why, but I feel like she's the one that deserved the present. So I'm drinking Black Rifle coffee in my Be the Change butterfly mug this morning. So what I just got finished was preparing a Fitme assessment. And I thought I would tell you guys about it because, I don't know, figure you want to know. And there's some useful takeaways from this whole process that I know you can use. So first off, I remember when I was feeling really like uncomfortable, stuck in my body. Like I was trying all the diets. I was 40 pounds overweight. So I had my son. I was like 2 years postpartum. So this was like my baby weight had now become my body weight. And I remember going into the gym. This was in Maryland. My husband was gone for a year on deployment, and I went into the gym and thought to myself, okay, like I'm going to do step class. That seems like a class like cardio, right? So if I do that class, then I will lose weight. So I was like, I would go and do the cardio class, and then I would go directly to the bathroom and I would get on the scale and I would say, like, did I lose weight? It was very much a transaction. I was looking for show up and do the class, and then where's my weight loss? I remember thinking and learning about, like, here's what you're supposed to do in the gym. So let me go do some like front shoulder raises because that's how you get shoulder muscles. And I would do a couple and I would look in the mirror and I would think, okay, well, did I get my front shoulder raise? Where is like the product of my action? I would like to see it right now. And if I didn't see it, then I'm like, well, I don't even know if this is working, or maybe I would do a class. I'm like, I'm not even that sore. Like, I don't think this is working. I wanted the outcome to show up right now. I knew it would take time. So I was like, it's not like I knew I would step on the scale and be magically, 40 pounds down. But I thought that if I did it, I would see the outcome. And I was watching for those outcomes. I was focused on it, I guess is my point. I was focused on the scale. I was focused on like the end state and focused on my measurements, focused on all those things. I remember taking my measurements all the time, getting on the scale 3, 4, 5 times a day. It was a thing for me. And now in retrospect, after coaching for nearly 10 years and all of the 10,000 hours and many, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people that I've coached, I now see what is problematic about the way that I was approaching exercise or even nutrition, because I would think the same thing about nutrition. I'm like, oh, I drank a Slim Fast shake for lunch. Like, where's my weight loss? Or I was really good today. Like, where's my weight loss? And I was the same way. I was looking at the number on the scale and this outcome and focused on it. And it was like I was willing to manipulate the things about my day in order to see that outcome. I actually even did that with Weight Watchers. I remember like going to Weight Watchers meetings and trying to manipulate my day so that I would see the scale come down. Like if I didn't eat dinner the night before and I didn't drink any water, then that way in the morning when I got up and I wore my like super lightest clothes, I would get to go to the Weight Watchers meeting and step on the scale and they would say, oh, you're down 1.2. And I'd be like, yay, 1.2. And they'd like put it on my little thing and then I'll get the button or whatever. But like I would manipulate my body in order to see that result. And so now like, again, that's just what I thought that I should be doing. It's focusing on the goal, right? Like, isn't that what everybody says? Focus on the goal, focus on the goal, focus on the goal. Well, my goal was weight loss. And so I was focusing on the goal. But now, again, after all of these coaching hours, I've learned that actually does not tend to work for people. Not only can it be like really problematic for your mindset, but also it usually just doesn't work. Like you quit eventually because that outcome transactional focused approach does not create a place in which you can show up consistently enough to actually see the change. And so, in Fitme, when someone gets started, we do ask for getting started pictures. That's something we ask for. And if somebody has a goal of weight loss, we want to know what that is. Like, what is your goal? Like, if somebody want to lose, like the one they did this morning, somebody wants to lose 30 pounds. So they put that in their goal, in their assessment. And in the past, and in many other like coaching programs out there, that's about it. You're going to get like really detailed questions around goals and maybe, some body stuff. Do these measurements, take these pictures, and so on. And then, let's do the coaching thing. And then 3, 6, 9, 12 months later, okay, here's your outcome, right? I'm not saying this bad. I'm just trying to tell you why we do it differently in Fitme. So in our getting started assessment, or just in our Fitme assessment, which is a part of our challenge. So now we include the Fitme assessment in our challenge. Not only are you going to put your goals and describe what you want and kind of say where you currently are, whether that's with pictures or measurements or the scale, but you are also going to take our Fitme assessment and get a Fitme score. Why? Because the Fitme assessment breaks down exactly what you're doing every single day. So instead of focusing on the scale, which again, I've seen does not tend to work well at all, I need you to focus on the things that actually will change, that need to change in order for you to reach your goal. So that means instead of focusing perpetually on the scale or like that number that you're looking for, we're going to shift the focus, because when you take the Fitme assessment, we break it down both nutrition, movement, and boundaries and body image, what it is that you need to do differently. And with your score, because you get a score for each, you get a nutrition score, you get a movement and exercise score, and you get a boundaries and body image score. We total that all together and you get a total Fitme score. We actually put you on a chart and say, like, this is what you may be experiencing at this stage. Does that sound like you? And like, you get to like look at it and see if that's you, if that describes where you're at. And then what we do is we talk about, okay, so if you change these things, if you change these things right here, that you said that you're doing every day, let's focus on these things. Then your score is going to change. And then guess what's going to happen? You're going to lose weight. You are going to see those changes. You're going to start feeling stronger. You're going to feel healthier. You're going to feel like you've got more energy. You're going to start taking better care of yourself because you shifted the focus from the thing that everybody says that you need to focus on, which is the number on the scale. How fast can we lose it? And instead we focus on the things that actually matter. And you start to realize that it is way more doable than you think. And then we've taken the priority or the emphasis off of something that is variable, PS. Like the scale is going to go up and down all the time as it trends down or up or whatever. It's actually pretty variable. And so if we put too much emphasis on it, it can really throw us off, because we'll be thinking like, oh, well, the scale was up 2 pounds today. I guess yesterday was terrible. So I don't even know if I'm doing the right thing. Instead of guessing like that, with Fitme, we actually give you the roadmap. We're like, okay, here's the roadmap. You're doing this at a 2. We need you to do it at a 6. Do you see here's what a 6 is. What does that look like for you? What changes do we need to make to go from 2 to 6? And then once you know that, well, now you have your roadmap. You've got your plan. So when we do our Fitme assessment, we always do it with someone who joins our full program, but we now include it in our challenge. Now, when you join the Fitme challenge, which is a 6-week program, we do this assessment with you, because even if you only spend 6 weeks with us, I want you to have this roadmap. I want you to know what to do. Yes, of course, we want to help you and we want to coach you, but at the end of the day, I want you to get to where you want to be. So if I can give you a roadmap to get there and that's all you need, awesome. Even if that's the only thing you did when you signed up for the challenge was to get that, you probably got your money's worth, because that assessment and that roadmap is something that allows you to actually create the change you want. It's not like, oh, yay, my mindset's better. Maybe, but actually you might just lose those 30 pounds because instead of doing the same old thing where you're focused on the scale over and over and over again, instead you focus on what actually will do something about what you want. And then you start to do that consistently. And honestly, like even though the Fitme score is specific to nutrition and workout and exercise, honest to God, this applies to pretty much everything, business, family, whatever. If you just hyper fixate on the outcome that you're trying to create, chances are you are probably going to be overlooking the things that will actually get you there. And in fact, you're going to skip them. You're going to want to rush them. You're going to look for quick fixes because if the outcome is all that matters, then why not manipulate the scale? Even though it's not real, right? Like when I was telling you that I was manipulating the scale for Weight Watchers, that wasn't real. Like if I didn't actually lose any weight, why would I do that? It doesn't even make any sense. But I wanted that outcome. And that's where I was hyper fixated. Funny enough, they call it Weight Watchers. Maybe watching your weight is terrible for you. So my advice for you is if you are hyper fixated on whatever outcome it is, I recommend maybe write that out. I mean, you need to know what it is. It's not like you can skip that part. You should know what goal you're working towards and what outcome you want. But on the other hand, now that that's done, put it aside and start to fixate and focus on the things that you need to be doing every day to create that outcome. And then if you don't know how to do those things, those everyday things, you don't know how to implement them in your life, you need help. Well, now you have your roadmap, right? Like that's the roadmap. I always joke with people when they're like, I'm like, hey, I want you to do this thing. And they're like, I don't know how to do it. I'm like, perfect. If you don't know how to do it, that's great because I can actually help you do it, you know? And so that gives you the roadmap that you need to create success. Once you have taken ego out of it and said like, I don't need to just create this outcome. I'm actually going to just do what I need to do. And so I don't know, hopefully this is helpful. If you're somebody who's feels hyper fixated on that goal, on that number, this is your like sign of the universe saying like, you're focused on the wrong thing. So focus on what you need to do every day. Write those things down. Instead of like goal, lose 30 pounds, what about goal, eat a quality breakfast every day? Let me see how many days this week I can eat a quality breakfast. Let me see how many days this week I can go for a walk intentionally. Let me see how many days this week I can do my strength training program. Let me see how many days this week I can eat vegetables or drink my water. Focus on those things. And then all of a sudden, you're closer to your outcome. So hopefully this was helpful. The Fitme Challenge is open for signups. And so if you're like, you know what, I could use some help. I could use 6 weeks of help. Plus I want to take that assessment. I want my roadmap. Then you're going to want to sign up for the challenge. You could actually get started right now if you want. And so our challenge is ready the day that you're ready, is the way I like to think about it. When you're ready, we're ready to support you. And so I'll put the link in the bio, the link in the show notes. The challenge is $297 for the 6 weeks. You get all the things. You're going to get meal prep guides. You're going to get pantry cleanouts. You're going to get support. You're going to get live coaching. You're going to get a private community. You're going to get workouts. You're going to get all the things you need. But most of all, you're going to get some accountability and structure. And of course, you get that one-on-one assessment with your roadmap. So if you want to join the challenge, the link is below, and it's also in the bio. And if you want 20% off, all you got to do is post one Fitme plate on your Instagram, on your Facebook, whatever. Tag me and I'll give you 20% off the challenge. That's like $60. So post one plate and save yourself $60. So thanks as always for plugging into Coffee Talk. Focus on the things that matter. Put your eyes not on the prize, but on the things that you need to do every day. Unpopular advice. So thanks for plugging into Coffee Talk. If you haven't subscribed to Coffee Talk on your favorite podcast platform, go to whatever it is and search Fit Me Coffee Talk and subscribe. And if you like this episode, do me a huge favor. Screen capture it, share it, and tag me. It means a lot to me, but it also tells other people that, that this is something they might like. And since I don't have any sponsors or anything like that, that really, really helps the podcast get out. So I would appreciate that so much. It means a ton. And if you haven't done so, join our Facebook group. Go to Facebook, search Fit Me Community, and request to join the group. I will approve you and add you. And this is a great place for you to get started making those changes, the ones that you need to focus on every day. So Talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye.